Let's get this done.
Let's do it. He's just wandered off to the kitchen, hang on.
I'm getting a brief on my drink.
God, this iced coffee addiction is just... honestly, and it's wrong.
Sounds alright, man.
Yeah, it's nice, but he's going through like litre bottles of it a day.
Oh.
So?
Got to watch the tummy there, buddy. Watch the tummy.
I'm just good at eating, so it's all good.
Okay, well, that's fine then.
And it's almond milk, so it's alright.
Well, actually, that's okay.
What happens in it?
Yeah, but just less of them.
Not really, actually. I think it's higher calories than cow's milk.
Nah, you're just talking bullshit now.
Whatever.
I'm leaving that in. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to episode 263. How's that for fucking getting the show starting?
Boom!
The things you people don't hear. It's episode 263 of Dude and a Monkey. My name is Ian Loring, and as always, I am joined by...
Becky Foster, last name.
Mark, hello everybody.
I'm not It's Coming Home anymore. It's coming home at some point, but who knows when. Probably not before I'm dead.
No, I can't. I think that was a bit of a lightning in a bottle moment, to be honest. I don't think it'll get an easier run as that again.
I agree.
I have faith.
Misplaced.
I don't think Croatia.
Well, I'm on the Lidl IPA.
Yeah, that was 99p a can.
99p a motherfucking can.
Good night.
There's one that like Donna bought them because we had a leaflet through that we had a thing through the door for Lidl. I was like, fuck, and she was going to Lidl anyway. I was like, right, get me some of those, please. So I've got this American IPA now. I've got an orange pale ale coming, and then something else coming as well. So these are Haverwood Craft Beer Company who have some sort of deal with Lidl. This Twisted Knots American IPA is perfectly decent. 99p a fucking can. You can't really go wrong with that.
No, you can't grumble at that, can you?
That's lovely. So, what are you guys drinking? Are you on the iced coffee, Mark?
Iced coffee, yeah.
I'm drinking water.
Okay, I'm the only alcoholed one. Okay.
You like drinking water?
I do like drinking water. I drink a lot of it, to be fair.
So, water is good. Water is hydration.
Mm.
I was trying to think of what they say in Zoolander. It's like water is the essence of wetness or something.
Yeah, I think it is the essence of wetness.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
In Zoolander.
Coming up on this week's show, we've got the mighty Skyscraper.
Woo!
We've got the Amer directors, Katat and Forzani. Their latest Let the Corpses Tan just appeared on Amazon Prime Video. Thank you to Orange Warrior.
For
highlighting that. It had already been brought to our attention, but we do appreciate the effort, sir. Thank you very much for that. It was good of you.
Yes.
So we're going to be reviewing Let the Corpses Tan. Probably a fair bit of what we watched and whatnot as well. I think I've watched quite a bit, actually.
We've got a few, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we've not done bad this time, actually.
No, we've not.
So, has anything happened in the film world this week?
Duncan Jones is making a comic book movie of the comic book Rogue Trooper, 2000 AD one. I know very little about the comic book, and I will not subscribe. I will not pretend to know that much about it. But a new Duncan Jones movie, so I'm always happy about that.
A new comic book movie that isn't part of an existing universe as well will be interesting.
Well, that does seem to be a little bit of the thing that's gathering trend at the moment. You've also, I think, the news that it's now been confirmed that Joaquin Phoenix is going to be playing the Joker in the Todd Phillips written, directed Joker movie that's executive produced by Martin Scorsese.
That's interesting.
There's so many of my worlds that I love colliding with that.
Just pressing all your buttons.
It is, isn't it? It is. It's Joker, Martin Scorsese, Joaquin Phoenix. I'm like, this is great. Oh, Todd Phillips is directing it. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Where are they going with the story on it? Is it like an origin story?
It's just an 80s Joker story that may or may not have Batman in it, but probably not.
Oh, that'd be good.
It better fucking not.
Fucking Batman.
It's it's.
Yeah, but if they do, like, they can't use Batfleck.
No, it's completely separate to that world. No, they're not. They're saying that Batman will not be part of the story, but
You might say hi in passing.
there might be a mention of it or something like that.
Interesting.
So, but they're not confirming. They've said, Todd Phillips said, we don't know yet because we've not fully written it yet.
Oh. Just released posters and stuff.
No, it's not official poster yet.
Oh, is that one that's flying around
fan-made, yeah.
It's not bad though.
No, it's not.
That's what he ends up looking like. I won't be disappointed.
Cool. Still Batman.
Alright.
No, I don't think there's anything else happening is the movie wise. Scarlett Johansson has dropped that movie.
Yeah, that will now never get made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That just seems like an entire couple of weeks of people fucking whining, and it's great. Now there's a story that's not going to get made.
Yeah.
Guys, good job.
I still maintain that was all of them sat around in a room having a conversation and saying, yeah, we're not going to bother making this movie. So what we're going to do is, so you can save a bit of face, ScarJo, you can
quit
you drop out.
Yeah.
Then we'll release a statement with the studio saying that it's been put on hold because we can't find a star, and we don't want to be blah, blah, and we'll spin it like that and it'll just never get made.
I don't know, right? It's a funny one, because I saw a complaint about it that it gave me pause, which was that if it was a guy playing...
This is my idea that I had.
I might just stop now, because your ideas... all roads lead to...
What?
All roads lead to Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum, yeah.
So basically the complaint that I saw was, if it had been a guy playing a trans man, there wouldn't have been as much backlash, because having a woman playing a trans man is basically equating trans men to just being women in drag. So, along those kind of lines, I can maybe see...
So what you're saying is Channing Tatum.
Well, no.
Telling you Channing Tatum.
Isn't there something in which Channing Tatum does wear it? No. I'm thinking of Zephron in Baywatch when he wears a dress.
Yeah, I still think Channing Tatum should play it.
Yeah.
But no matter what the movie is, and no matter what the tone or context of it, he should play it in 21 Jump Street mode.
You're just being disrespectful now.
Why?
So from that angle, looking at it from that side, I can kind of see a little bit of why, but that's not what people were saying at first. They've just come up with a more reasonable justification for their
chagrin,
knee-jerk whininess, I think.
I'm just going to say chagrin's a great word. I just love that word. Continue.
Yeah, it is a good word.
Solid word.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It will get made. They need a bankable star in it.
It will get made now. They've decided, you know what, we wanted to do this hot topic film. They completely misjudged the toxicity of the climate. I think they did it with the best of intentions. And like I said, they misjudged how toxic a community and a sub-community is around that has become in a similar way to things like the Star Wars fandom, etc., and things like that. And it's just they've gone, do you know what? There's no point because we can't do right for doing wrong with this.
Yeah.
And so they'll literally just step away from it. And the horrible thing of that is it means that you will not. It will set representation back because, as I think we said last week, you need to do these baby steps, and there's no baby step to doing it because they will not allow a baby step. And so it's quite literally cutting your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah.
It's just it's the kind of thing that's just going to further in the years to come make no there's barely any kind of middle ground now. It's either you're indie as fuck or you are a mainstream studio film, and you don't really get all that much of an in between. I mean, like I suppose like Blumhouse is
I was just going to say that.
In genre terms, is managing to like eke profit out of that middle, but that's because their films are still fairly marketable. They've got recognisable names or they've got decent hooks. With this, it's like if Scarlett Johansson wasn't in this, if it was a trans actor, it wouldn't be bankable. And you've got to have an absolute fucking sea change in how, frankly, the majority of people view the world in order for this kind of film to be even half as successful as it would be with Scarlett Johansson in the role with a trans actor in.
And the issue is, what would happen is if you got anywhere near having a trans actor to being a very popular star, it would become about them being trans. That's the sad thing, and then that would become the sole focus. And so people are going to watch a movie with them in that they might be fantastic in, playing a I'm saying straight, I'm not meaning straight as in sexually straight, but a straight role. And it'll be everyone in the audience will be sat there going, that's that trans actor, or that's a guy, that's a girl. It will be that. And that's the problem you're going to get.
What it does as well is it narrows the audience that is going to see that film right down. And whereas it could have been, all right, a Scarlett Johansson film that people will go and see partly because it's Scarlett Johansson, but will maybe make them think afterwards, do you know what, I've never thought about that, I've never looked at it like that. And it might create a few more tolerant people out of the moviegoers that see that film. It will just become a film for that bubble community.
You off the back of that, you can then introduce within that movie a few unknown trans actors who they might get a breakout from that. That is how these things work. You know, you don't. Nobody. Scarlett Johansson didn't wake up one day and literally then go, "You're going to be a movie star now," and it just fucking happened. You know, people go, "Oh, Lost in Translation." Yeah, she made loads of movies as a kid through that. You don't immediately become a fucking a bankable movie star.
No.
You look at it and there's anywhere from, and if they try and do that, it fails miserably every time. Every big movie star has got a back catalogue of between 4, 6, 8, 12, 15, 20. Even character actors can have 50 film roles.
You've got to pay your dues, haven't you?
You've got to pay your dues. Scarlett Johansson has paid her dues and has been a successful child actress. She made that successful transition without ever being problematic about it. She also manages to be in big blockbusters. She's also carried genre pick, schlock, indie, all these things, and she's done it all the right way. And yet, the past couple of years, she's become a little bit of a whipping girl for the needy moral fucking crusaders of the internet.
The appropriation crowd, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone's so angry.
Anyway, trailers.
No, I mean, everyone's so angry. That's basically 28. Well, it's the last couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just the late teens. Everyone's so angry.
Just classify the last 5 years under that heading.
Oh man, let's get ready for hard Brexit. That's going to be fucking fun. Christ alive. Anyway, trailers.
Conversation for off air.
Trailers. I think I've only seen a couple myself. What have you guys got?
We've got a few actually, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was quite a few when we checked today. Are we starting with Goosebumps 2?
We'll start with Goosebumps 2.
Have you seen the one for Goosebumps 2?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah. I so wanted it to be good.
Goosebumps, the trailer for Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween looks like what the first Goosebumps movie was expecting to be, and then it's actually really quite entertaining. This looks like they've gone more down the straight kid horror movie.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks like a watered down version of the first one. And the reason the first one was so good is because it kind of harkened back to kids' movies being kind of scary, and this one just doesn't look like it is. On a related note, though, what is it called? The House with the Clock in Its Wall.
Yeah.
With Jack Black in it, obviously, who was in the first Goosebumps, looks really good. I think that looks really good. It's an unwieldy title, as you said when we watched it, but
yeah, it's a shit title.
But the film itself looks quite
it's a shit title.
Interesting.
If you're essentially going to release a film and go, hey, you know Fantastic Beasts? Yeah. You know nobody gives a shit about it? Yeah. And you know we keep trying to give you a new Harry Potter? Yeah. Here's Harry Potter lettering. Look at this flashy new movie. And go, oh, yeah, what's it called? Oh, it's The House with the... I'm already bored.
Oh, no, but you can't do that. You've got to give it a try.
Titles will ruin movies.
I think it's quite a nice title.
What?
It sounds magical.
Like Clocky House.
Clocky House.
Yeah.
Clocky House.
House Clock.
Clocky House would be good.
Yeah. The Clock House Chronicles. There you fucking go.
No. It's based on a book, isn't it?
It is based on a book, yeah. But you can read the book and go, oh, the House with the Clock in Its Walls. That's fine. But, it's the House with the blah, blah, blah.
Such a misery. Anyway, the film itself looks good.
It does look really entertaining, actually, yeah. I'm actually quite up for it.
We like watching kids' movies, actually, don't we?
What?
We quite like watching kids' movies.
Yeah, I like kids.
No.
Yeah, Lots isn't going anywhere fucking near The House with a Clock in Its Walls. We saw the trailer for that in front of Incredibles 2, and she was not happy.
Did you not like it?
No, she's like scary stuff is still quite...
Oh, is she still quite jumpy with it?
Yeah, she still doesn't like it. So,
It's off that.
yeah, no, it's yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna train her. I'll find a way.
Lots of horror.
Just shot loads of horror films.
We are terrible.
Hey, look at this. Are you scared yet? I don't think we're asleep tonight. Good. That's the feeling you should have.
Yeah, but I mean, we must have done some kind of.
Becca, we once got a little bit tipsy and put a Bluetooth speaker under her balls. What is it? So started playing under her bed and started playing creepy noises through it.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah, we totally did that.
It was really good fun. But she was older then, though, wasn't she?
And we also turned the lights off at the power source in her bedroom and tied her door closed. Yeah. So when she woke up and couldn't turn the light on and was shaking the door, she could open
What
it.
the fuck? What?
We still need to do the baby crying one, actually, with the Bluetooth.
Yeah, we do need to do crying for the Bluetooth speaker.
We like to prank our child.
Jesus fucking wept. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little bit.
Into any horror movies now, though, which is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give it a few years, maybe I'll be comfortable with that. But just at the moment, with her, like that'd be something. That'd be something. She gets petrified when I shout at her, like just because we're very. We're considering the level of high maintenance that girl is. We are very, very chill. So when either of us do
Have to
unload, it really scares her.
Oh.
So, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Haunted Halloween, House with the Clock in the Walls. What else?
We watched the Mary Queen of Scots trailer.
Oh, Jesus fucking nah.
It looks crap, doesn't it?
About halfway through. Basically, it's
like a parody.
It is almost like a parody, isn't it? But
yeah.
It's like a parody, but nobody's told Saoirse Ronan it's a parody.
Oh, she's taking it so seriously.
She's taking it so seriously.
I don't like her anyway.
You're not a fan, are you? Yeah, but she's taking it so seriously. But then, you've just got Margot Robbie in the full fucking Queen Elizabeth fucking makeup, and that you almost get a feeling that at some point she's just like wink at her.
It is a bad trailer.
It's not a good trailer. It might be great. Do you know what it seems like? A film that's trying so fucking hard.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Mark, Darkest Hour is iTunes' $1.99 rental of the week this week.
Cool. It can fuck off.
Yeah.
I may watch it when it's free, just so I can say, watched it, didn't like it. Obviously, if I watch it and I do like it, I will say, but I won't.
What's that?
Darkest Hour.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
That one. I didn't even know what you meant at
What
first.
about that racist twat?
And then, by contrast to the shitty trailer,
Yeah.
Simple Favour.
A Paul Feig movie that's not a comedy.
I'm into this shit.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. It's really fucking interesting, that, isn't it? I'm glad it doesn't try and go for humour at all, really, in the trailer.
Bit of sarcastic joking.
There is, but I think you're going to get that with the actors. With Anna Kendrick, I think you're going to get that. That's her. It's her shtick, isn't it? But yeah, it seems a little bit like Gone Girl light.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. It seems like quite a mystery kind of.
Yeah, I'm not meaning that in a negative way to it. It's interesting seeing Paul Feig do something that's not a comedy, because his comedies are really, really good, and he's a really, really good director.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker wears a suit to set like every day, and
Yeah, he
just
does,
looks sharp as fuck.
He's part of that crew, isn't he, that go full fucking, that's it, this is what I wear.
I respect that.
Yeah.
If I could, I would.
I'm very up for that. What else have we got? Patient Zero.
Well, I'll watch this in the same way that I'll watch Simple Favour, regardless of whether the thing looks shit because it's got Blake Lively in it. I will watch Patient Zero because it's got Matt Smith in it. So it's just a done deal, really.
But he's a bit of a dickhead, though, isn't he?
I don't care.
But he's a dickhead.
I like him in stuff, and he's doing quite.
All right, watch. What is it? Is it The Crown that he's in on
I don't watch
Netflix?
royalist shit.
Oh, but you like him so much.
Yeah, there's caveats.
Yeah.
I pissed next to him once.
Yeah.
Yeah, LFF.
Did you speak to him, or was it too awkward because you were both peeing?
I might have looked at him, nodded, said "Doctor," and walked out.
At least you didn't make some kind of bigger on the inside kind of related joke. That would have just been awkward.
No, that's true. Like, I don't know. Yeah. And I just fucking, as soon as I went, because as soon as I said it, I just fucking ran out.
I bet he was stood there being just going, as you were out, just going, dickhead.
I was trying to do it like when doctors like address each other.
Yeah. I bet it's a bit weird.
But anyway, despite the fact that I will see it anyway because Matt Smith's in it, it does actually look quite good.
Patient Zero, it looks. Have you seen the trailer for this, Ian?
No, I've got no idea what it is.
I didn't know what it said then.
Sorry, go on.
No idea what it is.
Essentially, it seems like who in it that LA? What?
The Ian likes Natalie Dormer.
Everyone likes Natalie Dormer.
What? Do I?
Yeah, that's a me thing. That will bet.
Oh, is that a you thing?
Yeah, it's a me thing.
You always blamed it on Ian, though.
No, I've never blamed it on Ian.
Yeah, I'm sure you.
Oh, hang on a second now. Yeah, no, I've never. She's.
Noel has a thing for Natalie Dormer.
Oh, is it Noel?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, she always looks like she's like trying to make kissy face.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Keep it down.
She also looks like she'd be a bitch.
She does look like she'd be a bitch. That's why you like her.
Yeah, it is why I like her. Look, what it is Natalie Dormer and Matt Smith essentially work for the government, I think it is, in like an underground, for the military, in a
shady underground facility.
In an underground facility, where they essentially, Matt Smith there's been a zombie infection. Matt Smith is infected but has never changed, and he can actually talk and understand what these infected people are saying, so he can interview them, essentially. And then they come across Stanley Tucci, who isn't infected like the rest of them and seems intelligent, etc., and can hold the conversation properly, but he's
infected because he's got yellow eyes.
He isn't all what it seems.
Mm.
Okay, that's a really interesting premise.
Yeah, it looks really quite interesting, actually, yeah. So there's that. Two more. Another Bohemian Rhapsody trailer, or is it a trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody, or is it they just adverts for Queen's Greatest Hits now?
Oh no, don't be like that.
They are though.
Don't be like
But they are though.
It's gonna be.
Not well. It can sell it to a whole new generation because the past two fucking generations have already bought it all. How are Queen going to work now? It's Spotify and they can't just shill Queen 1 and Queen 2 Greatest Hits.
I don't know.
I mean either.
I don't know. They'll get royalties, I suppose, won't they, from Spotify?
And we all know that Roger Taylor and Brian May will do anything to keep fucking milking that cow.
But it's not about them, really, is it? It's very much billing itself.
It's executive produced by them.
Yeah, I know, but the film itself is billing itself as being Freddie Mercury's story.
You're a legend, Freddie. We're all legends.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck off.
That was bad. Oh, yeah, I didn't like that.
Fuck right off.
Yeah. The music's not as well done in this trailer either. It's a bad second trailer.
The film looks more interesting in this trailer.
It does, yeah.
Until it gets to that line, and it is just, I nearly had to stop it and just go have a shower. I felt that dirty.
Yeah, it wasn't good, that bit.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never noticed how little Rami Malek is until that particular trailer, though. There's a lot more
He's a small
full
man.
length.
He's a slight man, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Because Freddie wasn't like a bulky guy, especially when he was younger. He fits his body type better when he's playing the younger Freddie. But he should have maybe like lifted some weights for the later years.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
But yeah,
what do you think, Ian?
It's going to be shit, but it's just because I think it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be very, very safe traditional biopic stuff, but it looks like it's going to look really good, and you know the sound is going to be on point. And I think a glossy, fucking in one ear out the other Queen biopic may not be the thing that Freddie Mercury deserves. But
no.
I think with the surviving members still alive, it's probably the best he's going to get right now.
Yeah.
It's like give it 20 years when they're all dead, and then maybe let's have another conversation.
It's going to be so fluffy.
Yeah.
So fluffy.
It will, but then I don't think anyone really wants.
I do.
At this point, no Queen fan, which is who this is going to be marketed heavily at, is going to want a hard-hitting expose bio.
I very much disagree.
Well,
I think they would.
They're not going to want the memory of him sullied, are they?
In dangerous territory now. What I'm saying is, some of the shit that this guy did is questionable. Highly questionable. And this film is not going to raise those questions.
No, it isn't.
At all. And it shouldn't just be because he is beloved that these questions shouldn't be asked.
He was doing a lot of cocaine, though.
So? Loads of people doing a lot of cocaine. I'm not saying that we should start vilifying Freddie Mercury, but I also think that all this is going to do is feed the "you're a legend, we're all legends." It's going to feed that, and there are a little bit where you're looking at it going, all these guys that are getting a lot of shit over here, how come this guy's getting away with a lot of this shit? Because we all like to tap our feet to his songs.
Well, because he's dead.
I'm going to say it, and I shouldn't, and I'm not comparing the two, but so is Jimmy Savile.
Right. But he wasn't when he was accused of anything.
Kind of was. Anyway, I'm not saying that, by the way, I'm not saying that Freddie Mercury has molested children or anything. Just cocaine carrying midget fucking dwarfs.
I don't think he was ever accused of molesting them.
No, but still.
He was providing them with gainful employment.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if these midgets were paid...
I just wonder what they were paid in.
Well, that's, whatever they're required.
We'll wait and see. I just don't think we're going to get a true expose there, and that's kind of what
You're saying you don't think Vern Troyer's last role will be in Bohemian Rhapsody?
I don't think it will be in Bohemian Rhapsody, no.
No, okay. Bless him, it's probably Sharknado 7 or something.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah. Or one of those bingo adverts.
I I just wonder what John Deacon thinks of it all. Like, he'll be sat there and the trailers will come on TV, or he'll be going to watch Skyscraper and the trailer will come on. And he must just be sat there thinking...
Don't think John Deacon watches Skyscraper.
I don't know.
I don't think he does.
He seems like a cool guy.
I don't think he's got a TV.
You know?
No, I reckon John Deacon's house is still 1986.
I reckon he just sits in his garden, like...
I reckon
knitting and listening to Bob Dylan records.
I reckon he just he watches Hot Tub Time Machine and goes, that future looks fucking crazy.
You two should just record your conversations.
A final one from us: Assassination Nation.
Red Band.
Is it called Assassination Nation?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It starts out the trailer. Have you seen the trailer for this, Ian?
No, I did mean to. I didn't get to it. Go on.
It starts out the trailer by saying, all this 100% happened in my town, and then proceeds to show you a load of shit that 100% didn't fucking happen in anyone's town.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
Coen Brothers got away with it.
They're the fucking Coen Brothers. That's fine. Yeah, it looks mildly entertaining, but a little bit like you're watching it going, It
looks a little bit like they've gone, you know those Purge movies? They're super popular.
Yeah.
Let's do something like that.
Let's do something like that, but let's make
but also
it...
like social media-y.
Social
and
media-y, and a little bit Spring Breakers-y, and we'll get Bella Thorne in it, because why the fuck not? Because she'll kind of show her tits, but not. And, you know, and she looks a little bit dirty, but also she's actually kind of smart behind it all as well. And there's all that, and it looks like it'll be fun, and it looks like there'll be loads of people who go to Halloween dressed as these things that are in it. But ultimately, ultimately, what it'll do is it will glorify the shit that it's trying to vilify.
Yeah.
In the same way that Project X tried to vilify the ridiculousness of these parties that were getting out of control, and all it did was it made a bunch of 15-year-olds watch it and go, oh, that's really fucking cool, then try and do the same.
Wait, hang on, Project X tried to vilify that.
I think Project X was. I think that's what it was aiming for. I think it just fucking got it way wrong.
I hated that film.
You despised it, didn't you?
Yeah, with like the passion of 1,000 suns. Really?
And I thoroughly agree with you, by the way.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Gone.
Is it not good?
No, it's fucking horrible.
Is it one of those ones where if you watch it...
Doesn't Miles Teller actually play Miles Teller in it?
I think he plays a character called Miles.
He plays Miles... I'm sure he plays basically himself in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But that was before he was Miles Teller, like... Miles Teller.
Mm.
Yeah. I reckon he looks back on that and just goes...
Why?
Shit.
Is it really bad?
It's shit. It's a piece of shit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
But yeah, is it one of those ones where as an adult you watch it and you're like, it's a cautionary tale? Like Little Mermaid, when you're watching that as like a kid, Little Mermaid's like, she's so cool and she knows her mind and she's 16 so she's a grown-up and she can defy her dad. And when you watch it as an adult, you're like, you're a baby. Shh. It's one of those kind of things.
The Little Mermaid was 16?
Yeah, she's supposed to be 16.
That's fucking weird. She's a mermaid.
In the Disney one, she's supposed to be 16. I don't think she is in like...
She's like 12 now, Chris Anderson.
Yeah.
Wait, so situation... Wait, mermaids age the same as we do?
Well, they're not real, so I think it's just...
But in this world, that's blowing my mind.
What did you think happened?
That's worse than... There was something else that blew my mind this week. That I found out about. We'll try and remember that. And you shook your head at me.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else have you watched trailer-wise, Ian?
No, that's it. I'm just enjoying listening to you two.
We should probably review a film now.
Yeah, why not? We're only about an hour in, eh? Okay, so let's talk Skyscraper.
All right, kids, you guys are going to go see Pandas. Daddy's going to go make that bacon. Let me ask you a question. Daddy loves who?
Me.
Dad loves who?
Me.
Dad loves who?
Me.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Confidence. Not confident. Dad loves who?
Me.
Okay. You know what? You're both right because Daddy loves you both.
Oh, I gotta get a chance.
You fixed it?
As always.
You really do love me.
Come on.
Here. Gross.
So, Skyscraper is directed and written, actually, by Rawson Marshall Furber. You kind of expect these films to be written by, like, a team of 7 or 8 credited writers or something, but no, he wrote and directed it, apparently, and it stars Dwayne Johnson, Neve Campbell, stereotypical European villain, fucking, what's his name, Noah Taylor?
Noah Taylor, randomly, yeah.
Yeah, which is... You kind of think Noah Taylor's too big for this kind of role, then realise, no, Noah Taylor isn't too big for this kind of role.
He isn't at all.
No, which is kind of weird.
He's our John Hawkes that hasn't quite happened yet.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, he was like the tech support guy in Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and he's very good mates with Tom Cruise, apparently.
Is he?
He's very good friends with Tom Cruise.
Fair play. I mean, I swear he's in that Simon Rumley film that played Fright Fest, Red, White and Blue.
Red, White and Blue, yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, and it's like a very different character there. That's a good film, is Red, White and Blue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, anyway, I think it's Simon Rumley's new one, Fashionista. I think that's on Now TV.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. It is, because it's on Sky.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I like his films. Anyway, Skyscraper is what we're talking about. So, Skyscraper. There's a skyscraper, right? The Rock is an ex-FBI hostage negotiator turned security specialist?
Yes. Security analyst, I think it is.
Analyst who gets a job thanks to his mate to inspect the building and give it the okay.
For the insurance.
Yeah, and he's about to give it the okay when shit goes down. It goes on fire, and Neve Campbell and children are stuck in the skyscraper. He's not in the skyscraper, so he needs to get into the skyscraper, and then there's a bunch of other things that have to happen, and then the film ends. Skyscraper. Becky, what did you think?
Well, judging from your lackluster description of the plot, I'm guessing that you weren't quite as keen on it. But honestly, I really loved it. I thought it was so much fun. It's harmless and it's fluffy and it's not going to change the world. But there's so many bits of it where I was like actively jumping in my seat because something horrible happened, and it was like, is he gonna grab that thing? Is he not? He is. He's gonna make it to the end of the movie, but there was so much peril.
You described it as having extreme peril.
Extreme peril. Yeah. It was. I really liked it. I thought it's nice to see Neve Campbell doing stuff as well, and the kids were great in it. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's always good in everything, isn't he? Now, modern times. But yeah, I really liked it. It was a good Sunday morning movie. And I would happily watch it again. Will, probably. We could double bill it with San Andreas on New Year's Eve. I know. We watch disaster movies on New Year's Eve. It's like our thing.
Very good.
And then we watch When Harry Met Sally, don't we?
Yes. and every time I watch When Harry Met Sally, it just moves a place up in my top films to a point where when I'm in 10 years' time and watch it going, this is the only film I watch now. What are we watching? What are you watching, Mark? When Harry Met Sally? What else you watch? When Harry Met Sally?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if we sat and picked it apart, there's probably issues with it, but not When Harry Met Sally.
Oh.
Skyscraper.
Oh, yeah.
But I just don't want to. I enjoyed it, and it was nice, and it had a happy ending, and there was scenes of action. It was, I really enjoyed it.
Very good. Mark?
It's a bit mad, isn't it? Skyscraper. We were talking as we came out of the cinema, and it is a little bit like Ross and Marshall Thuber actually sort of literally was at a party and went, and they were talking, saying, how do you come up with an idea to write a movie? And he went, it's easy. You can write a movie about anything. You've just got to actually write it. And they've gone, what do you mean? And he's essentially played like a weird kind of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And just got up, like taken his hat off, because I assume he wears a hat, and like got people to write down random things. And then he's just pulled them out, and he's gone, right, so we've got Neve Campbell. All right, fuck it. Right, we've got Neve Campbell, we'll put that over there. A skyscraper, we've got that. The ending of Enter the Dragon. All right, fuck it, we've got that. The Rock, I can work with that. This is I could probably do something with this. Duct tape? What? This is just a piece of duct tape, people. Oh wait, no, that was in my. Fuck it, yeah, we'll go for that. I can write a movie about that. I guarantee you, and I guarantee you, I can get the fucking Rock in it. Do you know what? He's done it.
I forgot about the duct tape thing. The duct tape thing was.
How can you forget about the duct tape?
It is.
We did wonder whether it was a really
$130 million duct tape advert.
With duct tape or WD-40, it's fucked.
The moment where he straps the duct tape to himself and then is about to scale the window and then actually says, "This is stupid." Like, I mean, that's almost like stand-up, clap and walk out worthy. That is.
Just to point out, as we are all spoilers all the time, to point out we are not over-exaggerating. There's a moment in the movie where he tapes a wound with duct tape and says, if it can't be fixed without duct tape, then just use more duct tape.
Yeah.
Then later on, he uses the duct tape to wrap around his hands and says, "This is a stupid idea." Then later on, when they're trying to come up with a plan, he turns round to the guy and goes, "Have you got any duct tape?"
It's fucking amazing.
It's like, really?
Yeah.
It is like Dwayne The Rock Johnson was introduced to duct tape just before the movie and went, "This is amazing."
It just. I'll say the reason why the plot description sounded so lackluster is because there was barely a plot to this film, and like I quite enjoyed it myself. To be fair, it's one of those films where Mark has described in the past where if it was like 5 minutes longer, it would be a star less.
Yeah.
And it is exactly as long as you want it to be.
It clicks along at a heck of a pace.
It does. And then it ends. It's like, oh shit, yeah, okay, 102 minutes. Yeah, alright, that sounds about right. Fair enough then. The Rock is like this guy. He's like Tom Cruise in that it's almost like you just go, right, Rock, can you go climb that crane? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, Rock, can you jump off that crane onto that ledge? Yeah. It's it's like Cruise with like the fucking, hey Tom, can you climb that like world's tallest building? Yeah. Go. Just
to clarify, in your mind, The Rock and Tom Cruise are both excited Labradors.
Yeah, straight up.
I would say that is exactly what they are both like.
Yeah.
But it's, and I very, very much appreciate that. I mean, it's. I feel bad that this film hasn't done that well. Like, commercially worldwide, it has been a bit of a disappointment. Not like a bomb, but a disappointment.
It hasn't opened in Asia yet, has it?
No, which, obviously this film is like fucking so trying to get that audience.
Well, that's it. This is the sort of film where people will go, "Oh, that was his only misstep," and he'll be able to point it and go, "Right, made $400 million, $500 million because it makes 200 million, 300 million in Asia."
Yeah, but I mean,
he's huge in Asia already anyway, and it might not, but it could quite easily do that kind of.
But I mean, even over here, there hasn't been that much out over the last few weeks because of the World Cup, and obviously you've got Incredibles 2, and fair enough, but it is a kind of different audience. I think there is cross-pollination in fairness. And I mean, I saw both literally in the cinema on the same day. Most people don't go to the cinema twice in one day, let alone twice in a month. So, there is that. But I think it's a shame because I mean, the film is derivative as fuck, but at least
Oh,
it
yeah.
actually isn't based on a pre-existing thing. And it's got some interesting visuals. It's got a bunch of nonsensical shite, which is fine because that's kind of what you need in a film like this.
It is pure fantasy escapism.
I mean, what the fuck is that? Where the Hall of Mirrors thing happens at the end. What the fuck is that actually for?
That's it. It's not for any. I get the idea that it's got cameras in it and it can mirror the outside world and it can be that. That's fine. But don't you think that the outside world would have been a more interesting end fight rather than that weird Hall of Mirrors that seems to have really nothing that makes sense out of it all?
Because that would have been cool. That would have been like pretty vertiginous as well. If like literally it just looked like they were having a fight in the air.
In midair, that would have been cooler.
It would, but then obviously they are heavily using the fact that they don't know which one's real and which one's not.
Which is good as well,
right? But then that bit, I don't find that interesting because it's been done too many times.
Also,
it was done in Enter the Dragon. It was done quite recently in John Wick 2.
Also, to be fair, I swear that bit doesn't make any sense at the end.
It doesn't make any sense, no.
Because it's revealed that he was actually behind him, and it was like, no, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
It was pretty fucking cool, that bit there.
You
have to suspend disbelief.
You knew that was gonna happen.
But it's just the fact that
as soon as they got into that and all those things came out, you were thinking, right, I know the ending of this movie then.
But the Rock actually walks up to him. You see, the camera shot is the Rock walking up to him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm behind you. You can't be, because we saw you walk up to him and he was facing you.
Yeah. That was on a screen. It's on a screen.
So hang on. He was on a... No. I need to get this right. I need to get this right in my head. The Rock is walking up to him. He's looking in the other direction, but also sees the Rock walking up to him, but he's behind him.
And he turns round. He's originally facing the opposite way. He's originally facing the way the Rock actually is.
Oh, fuck me.
And then he turns round and it shows that he's got the kid. The mechanics of it don't work. But you don't need to pull apart Skyscraper because it's kind of cool when he goes, I'm actually behind you.
Yeah,
it's like you're not, but fine.
I need to know, like, is that supposed to be a tourist attraction where it's like, come up here and shit yourself as you see that you're actually walking on air? Is that?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
people
can visit the Pearl in the Pearl.
So the Pearl is like office blocks, residential areas, high-end board meeting room, conference rooms or whatever, and then a tourist attraction at the top where it looks like you're walking on nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
There's gardens as well.
What I will say is I don't think he can recoup his money.
I know.
Just don't think he can recoup his money.
Well, it wasn't even insured, and it got
couldn't
destroyed.
get insured,
Yeah. Sad times. One issue I did have, actually, which it's not from picking it apart, because it occurred to me in the cinema as I was watching it. You know at the end when they get the control back of the fire stuff?
Yes.
And the fire immediately goes out because they drown it in CO2.
Yeah.
Well, there was quite a long period of time when the fire was on the 96th floor, when the fire stuff was working. Why not just fucking do that then?
Well,
Instead of
do you know what else, right? That building was on fire for a long time, and a lot of explosions and stuff went off, and not one of those explosions or anything damaged the anti-fire measures.
Yeah, there's that. That's true.
There is that. There is totally that.
I was thinking during that, thinking, there's no way they're all going to fucking work. But then again, you have stuff like the fact that you've got Neve Campbell isn't just playing the hapless wife; she's badass in her own. What is it?
Yeah.
You know, she's pretty fucking cool. She beats the shit out of Noah Taylor.
Which is always good.
And I do think that Neve Campbell could probably beat the shit out of Noah Taylor. It was nice seeing Neve Campbell back on our screens.
It was,
She's an incredibly plain woman.
She's quite
so
plain.
very plain.
It's nice to see it because the only sort of stuff that I can think of that she's done previously that's got any kind of rewatch value is the Scream movies, and it's obviously they're all the same character.
Yeah,
it's nice seeing
and
not
she's the
being
worst
Sydney.
character in it.
Oh, I don't mind Sydney.
I like her. Also, you've got Asian Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Oh,
He was very Mark Wahlberg in
He
this.
was very Mark Wahlberg.
Who was that?
The police chief guy.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Who just looked like Asian Mark Wahlberg. I do like the fact that he literally turned up and went, "Nah, I don't think this is what is it. This don't smell right."
I will say I was also a fan of it taking a leaf out of the Jack Reacher book because it's like the star in real life. We're okay. We're cheering them on. Of everybody watching The Rock climb the building and applaud when 5 minutes ago he was wanted in a manhunt.
Yeah. Yeah, he might have killed a police officer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, it just is. The thing is, I mean, I'm pointing all this stuff out just because it's fucking retarded, but it's
a lot of fun.
It is fun, and it's short.
And like you said, Beck, the extreme peril that you get in it
Oh my god!
actually does feel. You know, it's not going to have consequences, but it's well done.
It is well done.
You do go, oh shit, no, ow, ooh, at these bits.
Yeah, yeah. There was some bits where I actually jumped a few times, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
You laughed at me. A few of them as well.
I did indeed. I haven't enjoyed a movie of this type this much in a while.
Yeah, because really, trailer wise, it looks like quite a sort of straight story, doesn't it? And it could potentially be a little bit dull. I don't think the trailer is done well, and it doesn't do it justice. And it's probably partly to blame for the fact that it's not done as well, money wise.
Yeah,
because it does look. No one wants to see Dwayne Johnson in a fucking suit, do they? Want to see him climbing around on shit looking all dirty like he does for the most of the movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really show as much of that.
No, and it also as well the fact that he's only got one leg.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it didn't seem to have much bearing on anything.
No,
Why bother making him only have one leg, and then have it not really have any influence on the story apart from that one bit where it nearly comes off and he grabs it?
Yeah.
Oh, and he uses it to hold the door open.
He does use it to hold the door open.
And then he kisses it.
But I think he could have rolled I think a tube of duct tape down there and that would help down there.
Duct tape.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you look too hard at it and squint, you can probably find issues. But I don't think you need to.
I don't think you have to squint that hard. Sorry.
I don't know. For start, it's a movie called Skyscraper.
What's wrong with that?
A movie called Skyscraper.
Yeah, it's about a skyscraper.
Is it though?
Same way it sees.
Is it though?
Kind of.
It's about duct tape. We all know that.
Yeah, it's about duct tape. They couldn't really call it duct tape though, could they? People
Yeah,
would be
I didn't find that.
I mean, it's as much about Skyscraper as if like Mamma Mia was called Greek Island.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, San Andreas is about San Andreas.
Yeah.
That is true.
And actually, by the way, I watched San Andreas a couple of days before seeing this, and both films virtually have the same last line.
Oh, really?
In both of them, someone is asked, "What do we do now?" And the response is, "We rebuild."
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to seeing the sequel to Skyscraper.
I don't know if it's not made much money though.
Nah, I want the sequel to Skyscraper to be like Skyscraper 2, The Dawn of Bungalow of Death. And it's just them in a fucking bungalow because they don't want to live in a house that has stairs or lifts or anything like that. And that crazy fucking bitch hench lady person is just there and she's just trying to fucking get her own back on Neve Campbell. Because she gives... Another thing there, whilst after Neve Campbell has been with Agent Mark Wahlberg and they've done all that, shooting all those guys and everything like that, and he's caught the hench lady that keeps stabbing people there. He's talking to Neve Campbell.
McGee.
for quite a while, isn't he? And then all of a sudden he just lifts her up, like he's had her pressed down to give her handcuffs, and just lifts her up, and she gives Neve Campbell the shittiest fucking look in the world, and just walks up. So he just been stood there for the entire time with her just pressed down like on the back of the car.
Maybe that's how you gave her a shitty look.
But that's it, and I want to see the sequel where she breaks out of prison on her way to prison, breaks out of it, and just fucking goes after Neve Campbell. And it has to be in a doll bungalow.
That'd be pretty good.
Isn't it?
Dwayne Johnson's like on holiday or something like that, so he's on the phone, and Neve Campbell goes, "Oh my god, that woman, she's here."
No, I tell you what it's going to be. They've all got post-traumatic stress, and they don't want to use stairs anymore, so the bungalow is actually 30 miles long.
Yeah, she's a really fucking big bungalow.
Like, a long bungalow.
She's just going fucking batshit fucking crazy, just fucking trying to chop away at people.
That sounds pretty good.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
I'm into that. Definitely not shit.
Yeah, I'm equally to that. I'm a definitely not shit.
Becky?
Yeah, definitely not shit. I really, really enjoyed it. Would quite happily rewatch it now.
Yeah, our poll
Nice.
is definitely not shit 15%,
Oh.
touching cloth 23%, shit 46%, and Geostorm 16%.
How many votes?
13.
It's harsh times, that. Harsh times.
It's harsh times that, yeah.
Dwayne, he does nothing but give.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to grab a drink and go for a wee. I'm thinking of putting a tweet out, and I think you guys might kill me.
What is it?
If this gets 20 retweets, we'll do a double review of Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia Here We Go Again next week.
I'm fine with that.
Right, there's a bit of tension then. Oh, actually, no, people will know. Hang on. If we get 20... No, I'm going to say 30. Fuck it. No, 20, because I don't think we'll get 30 and I want to do it.
What are we doing?
You don't want to know.
Oh shit, did she not hear? Right, hang on. Are we doing majority rule on this?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
What?
You don't want to know.
I do.
No.
What are you doing?
You wait, you'll find out in a second.
Right, that's done.
Cool.
Fuck no.
Yes.
Oh no.
You laughed at the last trailer, don't fucking lie.
No.
Yes. I am very up for this.
Why?
Because it'll be fun.
Will it though?
Probably not, but it'll be funny.
Hey, look, we got Hotel Artemis next week as well, you know, like...
So like as a palate cleanser.
Yeah. I've never seen Mamma Mia, and...
No, neither have I, and I wear that like a badge of fucking honour.
No more.
Look, just fucking embrace this shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm not retweeting it or liking it.
I'm going to retweet it.
You're a dick.
Let's not include us, in fairness. I think... How many's it on so far?
Go, what are we doing next?
Right, okay, sorry about that. So, let's get into the review then. Right, I'm on the Bitter Iron IPA, by the way, now. I was on the orange one, which was nice. This isn't quite as nice. I wish I swapped the order on these two. It's alright. 99p a can, can't complain, but yeah, the other two were better. Anyway, Let the Corpses Tan. Even though I noticed at the end, when the credits came up at the end, actually at the start as well, I think, where it did like the one word and then the English like translation.
Oh, it mistranslates it, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally mistranslates it.
Very annoying. You couldn't have it as being like, let tan the bodies.
Yeah. No,
there's no direct translation.
No, I mean there isn't. So I suppose that doesn't work. But it's kind of like, look, just don't do the subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it at the...
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it at the end. You know, it's the thing is, I'm learning French at the moment, and like the way that a lot of French sentences are constructed differently from English sentences, it really bugged the fuck out of me. Anyway,
Yeah. I like French. It's easier to read than it is to speak. I like going onto French Amazon and just going, I know what that says.
No. It's just a really nice language. So, Let the Corpses Down is directed by Hélène Catet and Bruno Forzani. It stars a bunch of people. I don't have it in front of me. Fuck it. They're fine. So, right.
With the plot.
I'm going to read this off Letterboxd. So, hang about. Just while I'm doing this, just imagine like close-up shots of, I don't know, gold paint and a cigarette being smoked or something. So here we go. Every summer, Luce, an eccentric 50-something painter, spends her time in a small and isolated township which lies in ruins in southern France surrounded by guests. This summer, these guests are Max Bernier, an old flame author and alcoholic, a current squeeze, a lawyer named Bisugueli, and 3 friends of his whom she has yet to meet, Rhino, Gross and Alex. After finishing their shopping in town, these 3 unknowns attack an armoured truck and make off with 250 kilograms in gold. They then return to Luce's place, counting on her to hide them until the end of the summer. But certain events will throw a spanner into the works, and the hamlet will transform itself into a battlefield over the course of a very long and turbulent day.
Right, that is a synopsis of the novel the film is based upon, not a synopsis of the film.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. I didn't get that the lawyer was supposed to be her current squeeze. Did you actually see them attack the armoured van?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember them attacking the armoured van?
There's a lot of that French girl with the long hair pissing on people.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite distracting.
Oh, is that what she was doing?
Yeah, she was peeing on everyone.
But wasn't she peeing gold?
And then they milked her with that rope, and she seemed to just have boobs full of prosecco or champagne because it was fizzy.
She was French.
Well,
so I think an actual plot synopsis for this film is there's people. There's a van, and they shoot at the van, and they make off with gold. And then there's other people, and then time goes on, and then guns are fired very, very artfully, and then time reverses, and then a woman in silhouette pees gold, and then a car explodes at the end.
Yeah, so that's quite accurate.
I'd say that's pretty accurate,
Yeah. So, Mark, what did you think of Let the Corpses Tan?
Well, me and Bex have a few conversations recently, haven't we, where I have lamented the lack of breasts in modern movies, haven't I? And long-term listeners will also know, for any short new listeners we've got, that I have also for years lamented, and Ian will back me up on this on the podcast, the lack of wang in movies anymore. So I am not being sexist. So yes, there has been a severe lack of titties recently in movies, and there isn't in Let the Corpses Tan. There's a lot of boob in this movie. None of it makes sense. It's nonsensical boob, but it is there. So that was quite nice.
Can't beat a bit of nonsensical boob.
Can't beat a bit of nonsensical boob. It is. It's oddly captivating, this movie, in the sense that it makes zero sense at all. It is a lot of pretty things strewn together, with the occasional thing that makes me go, oh, I hate close-ups of people eating. And there was close-ups of people eating in this, and it was a little bit, it made me go, don't show me these pretty things and show me that. There was that. It looks really nice. It's got shades of, art house westerns are often a mad fucking thing. You've got people like Jodorowsky doing like El Topo and things like that, Mountains of Madness. These weird art house westerns that take these tropes and throw them up in the air and then just try and create what they perceive as being their version of art out of it. And that's what you get in this. And it kind of, it runs along the line of, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to do anything as long as we make sure it's pretty enough. And they did that with a mare. And I think they've done it here. They didn't do it with The Strange Colour of Your Body's Tears.
This has got more story going on than a mare.
A mare's a 3-act, though, isn't it? It's 3 separate acts, so that's different in the sense of that. It's a more conceptual film, a mare, whereas this is trying to be a more narrative movie, a version of this type of movie.
Yeah.
In that, but the images are fascinating to watch. It just is a little bit, and I mentioned this to Ian on WhatsApp today, in the sense that at one point I did feel like while I was watching it, shit, did I fall asleep in that? And then I rechecked this morning, and I didn't. I didn't fall asleep in it at all. It just doesn't make sense. It just literally jumps from one thing to another, and I don't think at any point it tries to make sense. I don't know whether there's a straight version of this, and they've gone, right, to make it seem a little bit more our house, can we cut out like 90 seconds every 2 minutes? And I've gone, that's a brilliant idea.
Maybe. It would explain a lot.
It would, wouldn't it?
That is bang on. It's like, you think, it's like, yeah, okay, I kind of understand what's going on here, and then it's like, right, no, okay, fine, no, I don't. Okay, I think it's going, yeah, okay, oh, so this bit's a dream sequence, yeah, okay, alright. And then by the second half of it, it's so many of those 90 seconds that are built up, it is just like, no, I haven't got a fucking clue.
This doesn't make sense. I at one point was watching going, who is he? Who was that guy? And then like 10 minutes later went, you call him a shit, and I don't like you because you're a policeman. I'm like, oh shit, he's the policeman, of course he is.
Oh, that lady gets shot in the face.
She does get shot in the face, yeah. It's, I mean, what did you think of it, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, I really, really liked looking at it.
Yeah.
And I liked looking at it more than I liked looking at The Strange Colour of Your Body's Tears. I remember that film being kind of drab, whereas this, it's a lot of stark sunlight and, you know, just interesting visuals. And there's the bit towards the end with, like, the car and all, like, the flame embers, like, falling down slowly. Which I thought looked awesome. And, you know, even the kind of like the silly, obvious shots of the head moving into kind of like frame with the skull and stuff. You know, I mean, like stuff like that looked like it was the fucking outtake from the title sequence of Live and Let Die or something, but I quite enjoyed it because of that. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I said on WhatsApp to you the other day, actually, Mark, it's like, if I went back and watched The Mare now, what would I think of it? And I know Noel was hoping to join us on the show, but he's got busy with work. But I know he said with Let the Corpses Tan, it was just like, it's art, it's like good arty stuff, but he just doesn't have the patience for it anymore. And I kind of see what he means there.
Yeah.
It just, I needed something more to hang my hat on. And I think the reason why I liked A Mare so much, and maybe still do like A Mare so much, is because it's kind of in a wheelhouse of genre that I watch. But then again, The Strange Colour of Your Body's Tears kind of was as well, and I didn't connect with that at all.
Well, I think it's quite interesting the fact that you mentioned about what you liked about this was the fact that it's all outside. It's very light in terms of visually. It's quite a bright movie, and there's a lot of that going on. Whereas Strange Colour of Your Body's Tears felt, like you said, it felt really drab, and it was way too long, and the story was just crap, and it seemed a little bit like with A Mare they did this homage to Giallos, And it was visually just so impressive, and the score took you away with it, and it was a journey to go. And then you literally went straight through everybody's tears, going, right, yes, fucking more of that, please, more of that. And you watched it and went, ooh.
Wasn't that? I swear that film was like 2 hours long as well.
It was an hour and it's just shy of 2 hours. But I remember when we reviewed it, all of us said I felt like I was watching it for a lot longer than it was. Whereas this is 90 minutes. The thing is, movies like this should be 90 minutes.
Yeah, there's only so much sensory overload you can take, isn't there?
That's it. It's if you try and drag this out too much without going full fucking psychedelic, then I mean, Mare was 90 minutes, and this is I think this is 92 minutes, something like that.
No, I don't remember Strange Colour at all. I think I've blocked it from memory.
Yeah, same.
So much.
And I'm saying this, you know, and the one film it did really remind me of, and it's obvious because of the setting and the fact that it's an art house movie, was John Rowski's El Topo. And El Topo is like, that's over 2 hours long, but you kind of get dragged along in the madness of El Topo, whereas this doesn't drag you along in madness. It just shows you a lot of nice, pretty things.
See, I don't know if I agree with that. Because I came home last night and I knew you wanted to watch this, and I wanted to watch it, but I wasn't as heavily invested. And first day back at work after a few days off, been out for a meal, had a couple of drinks, fully expected to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And just at one point I was like, oh, it's so nice to close my eyes. But I think partly because it's subtitled, so you just can't without missing stuff. But I found it really gripping. There's the sensory elements of it, and I think what you've got to do, or what I find I do with films like this, with non-linear stories, you kind of got to let your brain float above it and just kind of ride the wave of it, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than try to cling to the storyline and the narrative elements, you've just kind of just got to watch it and then try and sort it out in your brain afterwards. And I think because it looks so nice while it's sort of taking you on that ride, I found it really genuinely gripping, and it felt quite short.
Well, it's 90 minutes long.
Yeah, that's still like for a film where very little happens really, apart from there's loads of shooting and there's no story and there's that gold woman. What was that about?
I liked the gold woman.
Yeah, no, I liked her. She was fine. But what was the dealio with that? What was that supposed to be?
Doesn't need to be.
Was it supposed to be like some sort of representation of their lust for gold?
Yeah.
And it's like that. Okay, so they get the gold, and then what does the gold do? It pisses on them.
It pisses on them.
Yeah, literally. They trap the gold. The gold gives them the champagne moment, and then the champagne and wonderful delight of getting the gold turns to piss and vengeance.
Oh, I feel kind of dumb now for not getting that.
You shouldn't. You're very pretty.
Oh, thanks.
So that it's.
Did you just essentially say it's all right that you're dumb because you're very pretty?
A little bit, yeah. I've got away with it, didn't I?
Well, not quite, no.
Well, no, because she immediately called you out on it, Mark.
Nah. We can edit that bit.
Like you didn't kind of get away with it at all, you fucking pretty idiot.
I'll say that.
It's alright, he only gets away with being so dumb because he's got a nice beard.
Nice. He does work hard on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I was really surprised, especially after Strange Colour being so absolutely shite. Like I remember feeling offended that I'd watched it because it was that bad.
Yeah,
I hated it.
You told me.
And I wasn't keen on a mare.
No, you weren't kind of now, yeah.
I can sit and objectively say it's very pretty and it's well done and it's nice to look at, but I didn't like it. Because I liked this. I would watch this again.
Very pretty French lady in the middle, isn't there?
Well, that's all you're bothered about, though, isn't it?
A little bit,
yeah. Don't learn to speak French, Mark. Ian, Mark will start like humping your leg when you come round, especially if you put a high voice on.
Nice.
I say this wearing a t-shirt embezzled with a French actress name on it.
I love mispronouncing that name.
Why? Because it fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. there's not that much we can talk about Let the Corpses Tan, because not a lot happens in the actual film. It's just really quite nice to look at.
It's just like...
To like-minded people,
Yeah.
not to everyone.
No,
To
not
people
for
that like arty-farty.
I'm tempted to recommend it to people at work, just to see if they watch it and go, What was that?
Why was that woman pissing on everyone?
It just... If they directed something that somebody else wrote, and like, I don't know, almost like, and I hate to say it, but almost if like they were in a bit of a box with a producer, and it was like, look, you can do your thing, but we need to have a clear through line.
Yeah, but you need to do this French remake of the Matt Dillon movie Armoured.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
What was that? Nimrod Ansel who directed that? Am I?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking of that Armoured. That's a very, very left field reference there, Mark, and bravo. Sure. Cassette and Fusani to do a remake of Armoured.
Yeah, there we go.
If that comes up on Hollywood Reporter at any fucking point, I'm going to call you the fucking wizard and just...
Well, Vin Diesel does listen.
Diesel does listen.
That's true. I mean, to be fair, that's why he said F8 was called Fate.
Yeah.
Because of me.
Because of Ian. It's true.
Is that?
True story.
Fate of the Furious was so called because when F7 came out, I said that F8 should be called Fate.
Fate. Yeah.
And so Fate of the Furious.
He did also at one point say that they should bring back Xander Cage.
And they did.
They did.
And Ian loved it.
And that film was fucking glorious.
It was.
I watched it 3 times in the space of a year.
Fun to be around. Carrots that's literally just fun to be around.
Fuck it. Oh my god, the DJ. I just like the sequence where Xander Cage goes to get his coat back and ends up having like a sixsome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong. Anyway, what do we think of Return of Xander Cage, everybody? Definitely not shit from me.
Yeah, definitely not shit.
Yeah, definitely not shit for Let the Corpses Tan.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, it's definitely not shit. No, it's too pretty to call it shit.
Our poll was definitely not shit 40%, touching cloth 20%, shit 20%, and Geostorm 20%.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Clear.
Do you have plans tonight? Do you want to have fun with me later?
Courtney Holmes. I am mildly surprised, but offer accepted.
Midnight basement, sublevel C.
What's going on?
I would like you to stop my heart. You give it 1 minute, and then you bring me back.
Okay, now's the point where you say it's all a joke.
What happens to us after we die? The only way to find out is to see for ourselves. We could document that experience.
Did you see a white light? It was more like pure energy. How is she playing the piano now? It's like her brain's been rewired.
I'm going next.
Charging 200.
It's a good day to die.
Clear!
Everyone I touch today, I'm gonna heal. So now wake me.
3 minutes. Jamie only did 2. What can I say? We're competitive.
I'm going next. 5 minutes.
7 minutes.
No one's ever come back from that.
Was it all fun? Was there anything disturbing? Something is happening to us. I think I'm going crazy.
Maybe we opened a door.
Something is coming for us. Something I did. Something I did. Defense just not stabilizing.
This experiment needs to end right now.
Wake up. I should have told you this wasn't about science or discovery. It's been over 4 minutes.
I did not know that the side effects would show up and start hunting us down.
This was my fault.
Very good, guys. Okay, let's get into some what we watched then. What have we got on the docket?
Do you want us to go through ours first?
There is one that I think we all three watched.
I think there is one all three.
So,
Should we do that last? Then?
Yeah, if you guys do that last, and then just go through what you guys watched first then.
Yeah. A few of these we can kind of speed round, can't we? Because it's ones we spoke about before. I watched one I watched on my own. Did you watch anything on your own this week?
No.
I watched My Blind Brother on my own, which is the Adam Scott, Nick Kroll, Jenny Slate and Zoe Kazan movie, where Adam Scott plays a blind guy who does like charity raising things based on for a blind charity essentially, called Outer Sight, I think it's called. And so at the start of the movie, he's doing a marathon with it, and then everyone's congratulating him on how amazing it is that he's done this marathon, despite the fact that he's been blind, and how great it is that he's doing this. But Nick Kroll plays his brother, who is having to be his like guide on the marathon, so he's also done the marathon, but at no point does anybody congratulate him at all on the fact that he's just done a marathon. It's kind of not even acknowledged that he's done a marathon. He's very quickly find out Adam Scott's character is quite arrogant and just essentially a bit of a dick, and treats his brother Nick Kroll like crap, and just decides that he's going to do a swim next. So Nick Kroll's then got to do this swim, but he's got a phobia of water. On the night that he announces that he's going, after they've done the marathon, and then he's going to do this big swim as his next big charity thing, Nick Kroll decides to go out and have a few drinks, and ends up meeting Jenny Slate's character, who is at a wake for her boyfriend who died in a car accident because he wasn't paying attention to the road because she just split up with him because he had weird nipples. And that is a plot point in the film.
Nice.
So she ends up going home with Nick Kroll, wakes up in the morning, decides that it was a one-night stand and she didn't like anything like that, and goes back and sits with her flatmate, played by Zoe Kazan, and decides that she's going to do something good. And the good thing she does is she volunteers to help out Adam Scott's character, who she doesn't know is Nick Kroll's brother, in being like his new guide, essentially. And they end up having a relationship because she kind of feels guilty. And it other stuff happens. It's 85 minutes long. It's your typical indie schmindy rom-com that's got that kind of sarcastic tone to it. Adam Scott's very good at these kind of things. Nick Kroll's doing the Nick Kroll thing, and Jenny Slate's being Jenny Slate. Weird one, Zoe Kazan's in it, and it is both adorable at points and watching it going, oh, you're a bit of a dick, aren't you? At other points as well, which is quite weird. So yeah, it's perfectly fine, and if this is the sort of thing that you enjoy, then absolutely give it a go. But if you watch the trailer and go, no, that's like nails down a fucking chalkboard to me, then this will be nails down a fucking chalkboard to you.
Mm.
Yeah. Should we speed round a couple, Max?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go on.
Which one am I avoiding? Oh, that one.
Yeah.
So we rewatched Clerks, which is one of your kind of hug of a movie kind of movies, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a couple of Kevin Smith ones. This, and then there's Levels, There's levels with it. It's if I watch Clerks, it's because I'm feeling a little bit emotional. It's when you need to start really worrying when I go full Mallrats.
Yeah.
That's like on the verge of a breakdown.
I think we were all right with this one because it was my suggestion.
Yeah.
I essentially suggested it about 3 nights in a row, and you eventually just gave in, didn't you?
Because it was about midnight when we started watching it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Everyone will know the story of Clerks. 2 slackers working a store. One of them's not even supposed to be here today, and there's stuff, and it's just basically day in the life kind of stuff, isn't it?
I love day in the life kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's obviously they're exaggerated characters in a lot of cases, but yeah, it's I have a bit of an odd relationship with Kevin Smith films. I either watch them and love them, and then can watch the same one like a few months later and watch it and hate it. And I didn't get on with Clerks when we first watched it, but I've just been really kind of jonesing to rewatch it recently. So,
did you get on with it better this time?
I really enjoyed it actually. Yeah. It's good. I still don't think I could go for more though.
Because it's the movie I've been literally watching for nearly 25 years now.
This one.
Yeah, and it holds a very special place in my heart. Clerks. I've always had a very big affinity for Clerks. I remember literally renting Clerks when it first became available in this country in like 95, something like that, and it being going, this is just great. It's just great entertainment.
I think as well, like even though you're watching them do the same stuff, the more times you've watched it, the more familiar they feel, and the better you enjoy it.
I think it's an odd one because I watched it looking. I'm explaining it probably terribly, but I'll try and make sense. I've watched it looking up to them. Not as in saying I looked up to them, but being younger than the characters, and then watched it being the same age as them, and then watched it now being a lot older than them. It's kind of you've gone on that sort of journey. You've looked at it from different angles and viewpoints.
How old is Dante?
This is probably like early 20s.
Really?
Yeah, straight up. He's that guy just isn't a very healthy looking dude.
Yeah, and so I love Clerks. I also love the sequel, but yeah, it's just going back and watching sort of early Kevin Smith movies. It does make you look at him and go, "All right, yeah, he's not the most skilled director in the world, but as a writer, he's a very he is a very smart writer and a very confident writer." I think what lets Kevin Smith down sometimes is when he veers from being smart and confident to being crass and cocky. I think that's when it lets him down a little bit. Because when he's in these kind of forms, it's fantastic. When he gets too indulgent, that's when it becomes a little bit, you're entertaining yourself now. And that's where I think things don't work as well.
Yeah. But no, I really enjoyed it on rewatch actually. I would even say I could maybe do some more Kevin Smith films.
Cool.
Not which one's the one with the girl with the annoying voice?
Chasing Amy.
Yeah, not that.
No, you don't like that. No. Watched Weekend at Bernie's, didn't we, again?
The best comedy ever.
One of the best comedies ever. Love Weekend at Bernie's. Not a great week to book, but Weekend at Bernie's quite a lot on the podcast. People are probably going, seriously, who the fuck needs to watch Weekend at Bernie's this much?
It's so good though.
It is magnificent. It is a fucking underappreciated classic. We rewatched The Hangover Part 2.
Nice.
That film's fucking great. It's such a middle finger to the people who liked The Hangover for all the reasons that Todd Phillips didn't want people to like The Hangover for. Yeah,
very good. I agree.
It's great. That it's honestly the level of fucking satire in these movies is fantastic.
Well, I remember number 2 as being pretty shit, and it on rewatch it's not.
No, it's quite biting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll get more into the actual ones that we've watched. We rewatched Geostorm. I'm not going to talk about it because we talked about it not too long ago. So I'm going to leave this one to you, Bex.
Was this a first time watch?
Yeah, it is for me. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. What do you think?
I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
No Geostorm, is there?
There is no Geostorm, but there is like mini storms.
There's no Geostorm.
Yeah, but the whole point of the film is that they are trying to avoid the Geostorm.
They've got to click Geostorm. Countdown to a Geostorm or something like that.
That would be as stupid of a name as The House with the Clock in Its Wall.
This is a stupid movie. We invented an entire category for it.
But I don't. Right, alright, yeah. I do get that it's so shit it's good. That's fair. But it's. Yeah, there's some good weather stuff. And all those, like, frozen people. And there's baddies and subterfuge. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a ride. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, I mean, I get it. It's shit. And there is no Geostorm.
There's no Geostorm. There's a countdown with Geostorm.
There is a countdown, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also right a self-destruct on the what is it that makes you go, why would they put there? And then they have a character and they've gone, oh, do you know what? If we've got a self-destruct, everybody's going to say, why would you put a self-destruct on there, right? And so they cover their backs because somebody then says, why would you put that on here? And then they give an answer for it, which is if it drops from the sky. But then it still doesn't make sense, because if it started dropping from the sky and they blew it up, then all of the debris would just scatter everywhere, falling from the sky.
Plus, like, the countdown to the self-destruct is quite long.
It's quite a long self-destruct, yeah. Why is it that long?
Like, if that's what they're wanting to try and avoid, it crashing into Earth, I feel like it should be shorter.
The self-destruct as well shouldn't be something you could activate from there. It should be something you can activate remotely or shut down remotely, just in case someone unplugs the wrong thing, plugs in a toaster, it fuses everything and sets up a self-destruct.
Yeah.
It's just a bad idea.
But I think they are supposed to be able to control it remotely normally, but the bad guys have, like, shut down their...
Yeah, I just don't think Ed Harris could do that much, though.
Oh. Poor Ed Harris.
No, he's a bit of a dick.
What, in real life?
You know, everything, yeah. He no longer is allowed to go to a press conference because he just starts shouting at people.
Really?
Oh, he's a grumpy man.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Grumpier than Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford's just a miserable bastard. Ed Harris looks like he could cause you physical damage, whereas Harrison Ford doesn't.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you wouldn't want to get into, like, a altercation with Ed Harris, would you?
No. Ed Harris is the sort of person, if you were in a lift with it and he farted, you'd say sorry.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Right, we've got two more before we do the one we've all watched. We rewatched the first Mission Impossible, didn't we?
Started the rewatch. Woo!
Sweet.
Right.
I always forget how De Palma Mission Impossible is. It's so De Palma-y.
I'd forgotten, because it's a while since we watched, like, the early ones, isn't it? We watched, before the last one, we watched the later ones, didn't we?
And I watched all of them, you watched the later ones.
It's weird how they clearly didn't have any idea when they made this one that they were going to be building it into a big franchise. There's no sort of overarching story in the later ones that comes from this, whereas from about three onwards it starts building, doesn't it? It does feel like its own little thing. It's completely different in tone to the later one.
Yeah, it is. They do. I think the first two do feel almost separatist from from 3, 4, and 5, certainly. And this is very much, whereas this is very much a Brian De Palma Mission Impossible movie. From my memory of number 2, it's very much a John Woo Mission Impossible movie, and then 3, 4, and 5 are very much Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
And that's quite interesting. But it is, it's a very good movie.
It is a very good movie. It does very much follow a fairly formulaic pattern. Though.
Yeah, it does. But I think the formula has come from this.
Yeah, true. Like, it's mind-blowing to me that this franchise is 22 years old.
It's mind-blowing to me that literally every spy movie now is about a list getting out that is all of the...
Yeah, but does that come from before this or from this?
I mean, I watched Game Night again this week with Donna, and that is about a list of fucking people in Witness Protection.
Yeah.
Just lists of names.
Yeah. So Yeah, but your Mission Impossible, it is great.
Very enjoyable start to the full rewatch.
Yeah. Next one.
Oh, so this was a first watch for me.
Yeah.
Obviously a many rewatch for you. Days of Thunder. Yeah. NASCAR movie. What's not to like?
It is. Yeah. It basically just is Top Gun, but with cars.
It's weird though to watch like earlier Tom Cruise films before he fully sort of got that Hollywood sheen across him. Like he doesn't look like Tom Cruise now doesn't look like an older version of Tom Cruise in his early films. Before he got all his teeth fixed and he got all groomed and he got all like suave and shit. And it's weird seeing him young and stuff.
It is almost like he was a not too wealthy man who has become an incredibly wealthy man.
He can't be that poor. He's got a funny name and he's the third.
Yeah, it's a little bit like White Trash King, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
No, it comes from a decent enough stock of family, yeah.
Right, well then.
And I don't think it comes from like someone who's worth like $1 billion or anything there.
No, that's true. But yeah, it's good, and like I said, it is interesting watching like people that you now see in like these massive movies being in essentially like this kind of stuff, like Nicole Kidman.
But this was a huge movie at the time. You know, it was a massive movie at the time. You know, it was the movie that they did. The team behind Top Gun did after Top Gun.
Yeah, to make a sequel for that.
Yeah, indeed, make a sequel to Top Gun.
Yeah, really enjoyed it actually on first watch. I mean, I like films with car racy stuff in it.
Yeah, we watched like a Friday afternoon, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
And it was a good like afternoon watch, wasn't it? A solid afternoon watch.
Yeah, and obviously Tony Scott movie, which is always good. So we're carrying on our little mini sort of half committed to season of Tony Scott movies.
Yeah, it was the start of that of what became Tony Scott's aesthetic post, I think, True Romance, where he had that very gnarly fucking lot of. I mean, Last Boy Scout had a little bit of it, and it goes from there where you've got a lot of things done in shadow and a lot of quick edits, but not like quick edits like Peter Greengrass quick edits. It's things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a good time rewatching it.
Nice.
The story's flimsy.
The story's so flimsy. Yeah. It is really flimsy.
Why do you want to be a NASCAR driver? Wanna?
Yeah, I can drive. Cool.
so can many people.
Yeah, literally is. That's a true. There is literally a line in it. I just got in a car and I could drive. So that's it. You didn't learn anything like this. You just got in a car and you were really good at driving. Yeah, I don't know anything about cars. That is the bonding moment between Robert Duvall and Tom Cruise in this. This is where they go from hating each other to loving each other. When he admits, I know nothing about cars, I can just drive. And it's like, oh, I can work with that. They've gone through months of not being able to work with each other to being able to work with each other. It's great.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Right, and the one we all three of us watched. I'm going to let you take this one as your first introduction into what we've been watching here.
Have fun.
Flatliners.
Fucking from the director of the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
It is, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I know. Oh wow, that one.
The remake of Flatliners, starring Noel's crush, apparently, Ellen Page.
Noel's crush from nearly 10 years ago.
That was a surprise, Noel. He'll know. Yeah, oh dear. Ellen Page, Diego Luna, Nina Dobrev, others. Kiefer Sutherland as... I'm not Kiefer Sutherland. I'm disguising myself in a wig because I'm really fucking embarrassed that I'm here.
I was shit-faced when I agreed to this.
Why did I agree to this?
Like, it's serious. It's amazing. It's like he woke up and then suddenly just said, I'm not doing this unless I have a wig with weirdly long grey hair.
Yes.
He disguised as his dad.
Yeah, yes. And a cane. I must have a cane for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever. This fucking film, a film has not wound me up like this did in a long time.
I was very similar while I watched it, wasn't I, Max?
You were impressed with it.
No, I was irked, to say the least.
It is these the first 20 minutes of the film just establishes how fucking dickheady these people are, and then the next half an hour says, but once these people flatline, they become even bigger dickheads.
Yeah. And can we just point out, right, it doesn't make sense because other people have experienced exactly the same thing without monitoring these things, and none of these things have happened to them.
Yeah, so just to say what the plot of this fucking film is.
Because it is different to the original.
Yeah, so basically, Ellen Page, she had a trauma, she fucking got into a car accident with her kid sister and died. Their kid sister died. And so she's all about finding out what happens after after death and whatnot. So she
goes to medical school for 7 years.
Yeah.
Becomes a doctor on the off chance she might be able to communicate with the dead.
Yeah, and then upon finding out that in a disused bit of the hospital that they work in is a whole other functioning hospital that is underground and is just there just in case it's needed.
Yeah, with literally hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment in it.
Yeah,
It looks more state of the art than the hospital above ground.
It does, straight up. So she can basically ask people to kill her and then bring her back. So.
And that guy literally...
Oh, it's alright though, because she does get them to sign a waiver.
Oh, the fucking waiver. Oh my god. What happened with the waiver? Yeah, that's not legally binding. It's just not.
The thing is, we're not making any of this up. This actually happens in the film.
It's okay. I've drawn up these waivers. Oh, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, can you imagine that? Oh, she's fucking dead. Can we just point out, we did sign this waiver. So?
Yeah.
You could have fucking made that up.
Yeah.
So the first 20 minutes of the film is kind of establishing the character trait that is going to come to haunt them all, basically. So, James Norton's character is a bit of a fucking womanizer.
He literally is bro in a person.
Yeah. Ellen Page has got some tragedy in her past. Nina Dobrev, actually,
a rich girl.
Yeah, smug rich girl. The other girl is really, really ambitious and is wound really fucking tight.
Yeah.
So, and Diego Luna doesn't have any trauma that's really referred to, and that's fine because he's the only one who doesn't flatline, so we don't need that aspect of his character.
And he literally is the only one who was actually kind of has any interest in backstory, in the sense that at one point he basically says that he's seen trauma and he's seen bad things, so he used to be a firefighter. And then they go nowhere with any of that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
At all.
Yeah.
So,
Over that.
His character is really quite interesting in this. And go on, because I need to come back to his character in a minute.
Sure, no, so they're all dickheads. And then when they flatline and then wake up after seeing some sort of maybe malevolent thing going on, but maybe not, and then they come back, and then suddenly they're super smart, they're super fucking, their senses are all heightened, they're like Ellen Page bakes bread and then plays piano, and what was that, sorry?
You can break walls.
Yeah, they love breaking walls and dancing in sleet.
Hail, not even real weather.
Yeah.
Not even real weather. It's not real weather. It's not. No one goes. No snow, rain, fine. You don't look at hail that is actually that compact that you could create he snowball out of it and go and dance in that semi-naked, because you get outside and go, shit, this is fucking out, no!
Yeah.
Good dancing hell.
No, and they just fucking keep stopping cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kids.
Dickheads.
Like dickheads. So that's the thing. You spend it all going, oh, these fucking dickheads are dickheads. And then, the best moment in the movie, everybody involved in the film realises we don't like Ellen Page, do we? So it's like, what can we do? Right, these characters... Hang on. Her and Nina Dobrev's characters... kind of interchangeable, aren't they? Yeah, they are, aren't they? We like Nina, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, she was really good in Return of Xander Cage.
She is really good in Return of Xander Cage.
Yeah, kumquat. So, let's... Yeah, fuck it. Ellen, we'll still pay you the same. We're going to put a death scene in here for you. How long can it take to shoot? 2 hours? Yeah, brilliant. Right, fuck off. Right.
We're literally going to throw you off a fucking building.
It is mental. And then Nina Dobrev becomes the main character of the film, despite the fact that she seemed like she was like the third or fourth most important. So they're trying to do an Alien, in a way, but not.
but nowhere
On
near
a
as
much shitter scale.
Yeah.
And then they all get chased by malevolent things. They fucking realise that all they've got to do to stop the thing, which is never explained, from haunting them, is to basically convert to Catholicism.
It is. Literally, the moral of the story is, as long as you say sorry and kind of mean it, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I mean, like, literally, the brilliant thing is that it's like you have to get the other party to actually forgive you as well. But how does that happen? Well, the other girl looks intensely at the woman she needs her to say sorry, and then she says sorry, and then immediately she's in the clear. James Norton, in fairness, his character has to man up and say, this kid's my kid. So
but you do get the feeling like he literally went, I'm going to be there. But what he actually means is, I'm going to use my dad's money to buy them a house so I don't feel guilty.
Yeah, pretty much. Diego Luna doesn't have to feel sorry for anything. He just gets to fuck Nina Dobrev.
Yeah. And then a minute later, literally go, oh my God, you're a terrible person.
Yeah. Yeah, which is pretty great. And Nina Dobrev literally has to learn to forgive herself.
Yeah. She doesn't even need to say sorry to anybody. She just has to learn to forgive herself. Oh, God, it's getting worse when you say it out loud.
But she can't say sorry to her person.
No, then she should.
Do you know what? Yeah, she should die.
Forgive yourself. Not even get the other person to forgive you. Learn to forgive yourself. No matter what bad shit you've done, that baby you ran over, it's alright, as long as you forgive yourself for it.
Just to clarify, she doesn't run over a baby.
No, she doesn't. But
she might have done. We don't know what was in the director's cut.
You know, you've also got the amazing treat that is her character being dead for like 6-7 minutes. And nobody being able to do anything, and then Diego Luna literally injecting her with something, and she wakes up.
Yeah, and it's fine.
And it's fine, no brain damage at all. She's all good. And by the way, the medical report that she falsified, and basically said where she said that the death was not caused by her own negligence, but by a jellyfish sting. She just gets probation for it and gets to remain a doctor.
She literally, during her training to become a doctor, commits the one crime you're not allowed to commit as a doctor, other than fiddling with a patient, right? And it's like, oh, it's fine. So again, clearly, like James Norton's character, Daddy paid somebody off. So we get to Diego Luna's character. Only character that doesn't flatline it, isn't a prick, They constantly say to him when he says, "We should stop doing this. This is getting out of hand," and they go, "You walk away then. We don't need you." Except they do, because he's the only person who can bring them essentially back to life.
Yeah.
They'd all be dead without him.
He's the one that saves them every time.
Every time. And the bit that really baffles me, right? Why, whenever they need to do anything medical at all, do they have to take off their top layer of clothing? This is people who are constantly walking around in lab coats, yet whenever they have to do anything, I better take off this jumper I'm wearing, I better take off this jacket I'm wearing, I'll just take off my shirt. Whose idea was that? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. They would be used to wearing a top layer.
And, as well, if you're going to do all of this, get all of these things prepared beforehand.
Yeah.
Don't go, oh shit, we better get that adrenaline that is in that drawer that we've got to unpack. Have it there. Literally, I'm sure this is part of their training as doctors.
That seems like some magical shit, though, that stuff they inject. It just brings them back every time.
It does. It's, oh my god, it's painfully stupid, this movie.
It is very stupid.
And not in like a fun way.
I kind of want to rewatch the original now, though, to see, like...
The original's fine.
I don't remember it.
It's fine. The original's an entertaining 80s
Julia Roberts in it with her hair.
studio Rat Pack movie.
Yeah.
It's not quite the Rat Pack, but it's like the Rat Pack.
Adjacent.
It's the B team.
Yeah.
And this is just... They've tried to make a psychological horror movie out of not a psychological horror. It's horrible. What else have you been watching him?
It's the worst. Just to finish up on Flatliners, it's like the scares of fucking bobbins.
Yeah.
Who is it made for?
Yeah. I don't get it.
I thought I might like it because you know me, I like trash horror. I will watch any old shite if it's got a decent jump scare in it and it's not too crap. I'll watch it. One of my most rewatched movies is Boo. I love Silent Hill. This should have been a film that I liked, but it was just so crap. It's trash horror.
It would have been a contender for my worst film of the year last year if we'd actually seen it last year. Like easy. Okay, so I watched. So like I said, I rewatched Game Night. That flick's great.
It's
San Andreas. Still have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Watched Maggie's Plan. It's directed by Rebecca Miller and stars Greta Gerwig, Ethan Hawke, Julianne Moore.
Is this on Netflix now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen it on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, and others. So the thing is, I really like this film, but I've got a weakness for films set in New York in autumn/winter with smart people in them.
Yeah.
So there's my inherent bias there. So basically, story is Greta Gerwig is a single woman who's decided that she wants to have a baby, and Travis Fimmel from Warcraft plays kind of an ex-college classmate of hers who's prepared to give her some sperm. And around that time as well, she meets Ethan Hawke's character, who's a writer who's trying to get into fiction, and she then sleeps with him. He's married to Julianne Moore, and then it jumps a few years later, and she's got a kid. She's with Ethan Hawke, and then she kind of realises, hang on a second, Ethan Hawke's character is still in love with Julianne Moore's character, or is it that she thinks he's in love with Julianne Moore's character still? And so tries to make a plan to get Julianne Moore's character back with Ethan Hawke's character. So I think Greta Gerwig's characters, I think, kind of get off rather easily because they're kind of kooky.
Yeah.
Which and I'm kind of surprised that Gerwig actually kind of like lets this happen with her characters. Even though, then again, with Lady Bird, I think there's kind of an aspect of that as well, and she wrote and directed that thing. So it seems like just because characters say they know they have faults, it's almost like Catholicism again. It's like you acknowledge the thing even if you don't really mean it. The fact that you say it kind of means like, okay, all my sins are washed away.
There is a bit of a... that's an issue I have with Greta Gerwig, in the fact that I like Greta Gerwig. I think she's a very good actress, and I think that I liked Lady Bird for different reasons to you, but I liked it not as much to you. But I was shocked at how much I got on with that movie, because it did feel like it was going to be... It was going to push all my wrong buttons. But yeah, I do agree. Her characters often do get away with a lot because people like the actress.
Yeah, and it's I think that's definitely the case here. However, I think she's also got a kind of a vulnerability and a charm to her in this character in this role, which I think does kind of show why people would feel warmly towards her, despite some of the fucked up things that she actually does in this film. Ethan Hawke, it's Ethan Hawke. He's great.
It sounds like the most Ethan Hawke role there is.
Yeah, and kind of, to be fair, and he's great. Julianne Moore having a lot of fun in the role. Bill Hader and Maya Rudolph in kind of smaller parts, they do well. I just enjoyed being in this world for an hour and a half.
No, I'm going to give that a go now, because it sounds like
it might be nails on chalkboard. Might be nails on chalkboard for you, mate. Just to warn you.
It might be that. It might be, yeah. And the bit that makes me go, I don't know if I can cope with it, is already on the outset. It sounds like it might be nails on a chalkboard, but I might teeter the edge of really enjoying it. But Wallace Shawn is like fucking nails down a chalkboard for me.
He's in it.
Is he not in it a lot?
Oh yeah, shit. He is barely in it.
Oh, I'm not too bad though.
He's barely in it.
Fucking hate that guy.
Nice. But yeah, no, it's I wouldn't be surprised if he hated it, to be honest, dude.
I'll give it a go and report back.
Rewatched Two Guns.
Love that movie.
Yeah, that film's fucking great, and it's weird that it's 5 years old.
Yeah, it's weird. Never got a sequel.
And that I definitely would have watched more of that. So yeah, no, Two Guns is fantastic.
Excited Mark Wahlberg seems to be about making a movie with Denzel Washington.
What's that?
It's how excited Mark Wahlberg's character seems to be about being in a movie with Denzel Washington's character.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's just the fact as well. Like, I thought it was interesting that they the girl in it. It is Paula Patton. Shit, yeah, it is. The fact that they kill her off.
Yeah,
and it's just like her character's actually a little bit of a scumbag, and then they kill her off.
It's a fucking fun movie. It really is. That.
But yeah, it is a fun film, and they're great together. Fan. Okay, so even though Noel only gave 2.5 stars according to Letterboxd. Fuck you, Noel. So, and last one for me, I believe. Incredibles 2. So I really, Incredibles 2 is great. I liked it more than the first one myself. I've never been super into the first film. There's something I like it, but there's something about it that's never quite clicked for me. But this one really fucking works, all guns blazing. It's just... It's got a story that feels very now, and yet obviously wasn't meant to be so, because these things take years to fucking make. And I kind of appreciate it more for that. So basically, it literally starts right at the end of the first one. So at the end of the first one, they've just defeated Syndrome, and now they're being attacked by the Underminer. And literally the second one picks up with that. And then there's a fight, and shit gets wrecked. And like with the first one, people are pissed off about supers causing damage. But there's this wealthy kind of tech guy, voiced by Bob Odenkirk, who wants to bring superheroes back into the limelight. And he thinks the best way of doing so is to actually use Elastigirl, which Holly Hunter, to do so, because she doesn't wreck shit as much, which actually does kind of make sense. She's more of a good PR spin on it to reintroduce supers. So she's going out there fighting crime, and Mr. Incredible is left watching the kids and being a stay-at-home dad, essentially. So he's got to try and figure out maths. He's got to deal with Violet having boy trouble, and Jack has got these powers that are manifesting, and he's got to try and deal with those as well. But there's a new villain, Screenslaver, around as well. And I don't know, it's interesting. Screenslaver's actually got quite a compelling kind of reason for why they're doing what they're doing. And there's an interesting... There's an interesting way in which what they're doing is actually morally, you can see their point, but how they're going about it is wrong. There's a connection with a character, which I'm not going to say because it might make things a little bit too obvious. But there's a connection with a character's thinking, which offers an interesting kind of through line. It gives an interesting dynamic to the reveal of the Screenslaver and what's actually been going on. But so there's that. But it's also got some really great action sequences. The stuff with Jack, there's some really fucking solid silent comedy shit. There's a sequence where Jack is watching TV and he sees like a robber dressed in black and white with like the mask on and stuff on TV. And it's like, right, bad guy. And he sees outside a raccoon trying to like eat their trash and stuff. And then it's basically Jack versus the raccoon. And it's fucking amazing. It's just like, because he's like doing all his powers and stuff against this raccoon, and this raccoon is both freaked out and really annoyed. So it's great. And yeah, it kind of ticked the boxes for me. Lottie had 3 pee breaks, which was intensely annoying because I really wanted to watch the fucking film. But like, you know, that's a sign that she was not as engaged as she could be. But to be fair, for like this, I mean, she's only 4, so I think maybe this is one for maybe the older kids. Not because the content's like mature or any. I mean, like it's not too intense or anything. It's just it's quite talky. Sorry.
You've got to engage with it differently.
Yeah. I mean, like whenever there was like, she loved the fucking like she said her favourite bit was when when the baby got the powers. It was basically whenever Jack was doing his power stuff, she thought it was fucking hilarious. Which is, you know, it's what I wanted really. So yeah, it does say some shit, but it doesn't smush your face in it. It's got really, really fun action sequences. And the comedy's on point as well. Do I need an Incredibles 3? No, I genuinely don't. But if they leave it here, that's absolutely fine, and good job. It's really, it's the first Pixar sequel in forever where I've actually thought, yeah, that was worth doing.
Did I read something recently where they were going to try and stop making sequels?
They won't.
They won't, no. Like, if this has made a lot of money, it's Pixar, they'll cash in on it. But...
They did say a thing that they're going to try and make less sequels.
Right.
But it's posturing. It's because they've been accused of making too many sequels recently. It just comes across as just, we're not going to make too many sequels. They will.
Yeah.
It's just because they're running out of sequels to make.
Well, yeah.
It's just, I mean, I think Cars 3 was a bit of a turning point because that film did not do that well.
Yeah, in comparison to the way that Pixar movies usually do. No,
Yeah.
it was not well received.
Yeah, and I mean, like, but then Coco. So yeah, Cars 3 box office worldwide apparently 383 million.
Is that what it did?
It definitely didn't do that. Just the US. Like, it definitely did not do 383 million in the US. That must be worldwide. Whereas, like, what did Coco do?
But Cars 3 was Sue was saying, wasn't it? Yeah, Cars 3 did worldwide 383 million. That didn't set a profit, then, did it?
And Coco 807 million.
Well, The Incredibles 2, after been out for a couple of weeks in the US, and I think it's had the UK release as well, and a few of it. I think it's still got Asia to go, hasn't it? But then again, the Pixar movies don't do massive in Asia, do they? It's 860, so it'll probably just cross $1 billion.
Is that because they appreciate more well-drawn shit over there?
It's not their animation, so they're good with their own animation.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's Pixar don't try and do too well in Asia. They don't try and reach that market because it's trying to sell them something where we go, hang on a minute.
We do this better already.
Yeah, we're good with what we've got.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Incredibles 2, though. I am quite intrigued.
Over 2 hours long.
For a kids' movie?
There's a short film, mind, at the start.
Oh, is that including the short film?
Yeah.
What's the short like on this?
It's fucking mental. I'm actually like it's. I'm not gonna say. Like it's. I was watching that thing, and it was like, okay, that's a weird idea, and then this is a very weird idea, and then what the fuck? Like, genuinely, what the fuck? Somebody eats something, I will say, and it's like, what the fuck? And then it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense, but yeah, it's real weird. And by the way, Coco made $189 million in China.
Did it? That's surprising, actually.
Like that fucking film did 800 million worldwide, and it only made just over 200 in the US.
Yeah, in a post-Trump world, that doesn't surprise you too much, does it?
Yeah, fuck you know. But yeah, I mean, so that just goes to show. I mean, like, I think it's just quality control. Cars 3. Cars 3 is not a quality film. It's not.
It's a toy commercial.
Yeah.
That's quite what it is. It's a toy. It's a 93-minute toy commercial where even Pixar will admit, do you know what? We didn't do it. The movie don't need to make money because we made a shit amount of toys. As cynical as that is, but it's the truth.
But do watch Incredibles 2 and just let me know what you think of the short film.
Yeah,
it's fucked. Anyway. Let's do some questions. It's getting on, isn't it? So I'm
not actually sure we even got any beyond the one that we're covering next week.
All right, no, you're right.
I think we did.
Oh, and Becky, you'll be pleased to know we didn't get the retweets.
Yay!
Yeah. Give it time.
It was within the next hour.
Oh.
I'm a fucking watch them anyway. Sod it.
Honestly. I said to you the other day, didn't I? The inclusion of Cher in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, actually makes me kind of want to watch it. And I know I can't watch the second one without watching the first one, so my hands might be tied anyway. To be honest.
You reckon?
Mm.
You reckon we're going to go for it?
Is it on anything?
Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on something, yeah.
You could...
Not pay that Meryl Streep shit.
Oh, shit, to be fair, yeah. Is it on fucking Sky Cinema? Because it's not on Netflix or Amazon, but I hadn't thought of Sky. Because I was gonna pay $3.49 to rent it because it's in 4K.
I don't think you need that in 4K, mate.
No.
I know your commitment to 4K is strong, but, you know.
No matches. There's no matches on Sky Cinema.
To be fair, we can just borrow my parents' DVD of it if you want.
No. Mamma Mia, we can record it. It is on... Wait. It's on this week, Ian. It is on ITV on Sunday afternoon.
No, I'm not fucking... Yeah, no, fuck you, Becky. I'm not watching it on ITV.
Yeah, it's on ITV HD on what is it? Yeah, I'm not.
Nah, man, I'm going to start watching it tonight before I go to bed, so fuck you.
Yeah. No, we'll run it. So yes, we might be doing that. So Ian, what are we covering next week then?
Well, Mamma Mia, here we go again.
Yep.
Can we do something good as well?
Well, I don't know whether it's good because I haven't seen it, but Hotel Artemis, the Drew Pearce written and directed one with Jodie Foster and Jeff Goldblum and Dave Bautista and whatnot. How's that sounding?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'm down with that shit.
And also on Sunday, we are recording the Mission Impossible 2 commentary.
We are indeed.
So that'll be up. That'll be up on the Sunday, hopefully.
How many weeks have we got till the new Mission Impossible?
It's next week.
That is so fucking exciting.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might. It's out next Wednesday. I'm going to really try and get through the 5 by next Wednesday so I can see it next Wednesday.
You're very excited about
it.
For Wednesday, aren't we?
I might just chain watch that first trailer with the good music over it between now and then, like once a day.
Nice.
I really hope it lives up to my expectations. I'm going to be so sad if it doesn't. If it's shit, I'm going to be so sad.
Early word is it's not.
Good.
Early word is very good on it.
Good.
Oh, yeah, it is. Right. That is it. Thank you for listening, folks. I hope you enjoyed what has proven to be a rather bumper episode of Dude and a Monkey.
It has, yeah. It's been another fun one to record that. Very much enjoyed this one.
Absolutely. Flatliners is fucking awful.
Yeah. At Dude and the Monkey, at Bexyfoz, at Ian Loring, at Dude Foz. Hit us up on Instagram. And I'm going to try and get some stuff on the website. I've got a few ideas of stuff I want to write, and I'm actually going to sit down and write it. So
whoa.
I know.
No way.
Shit.
I know.
Shit's getting real.
It is because I keep thinking I should write that, and then the ideas just go out of my head, and then I think, well, that might have been quite interesting to write. Don't mind people reading it, but it might have been interesting to actually write it.
Yeah, sometimes you get your ideas down on paper, isn't it?
Yeah. Digital
paper, yeah.
If anybody... If anybody has any questions or topics they want us to cover on the Mission Impossible commentary, hit us up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will speak to you all next week. Thank you very much for listening. And I'm gonna go watch Mamma Mia.
We're going to eat now.
We are.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you haven't eaten yet. Yeah, go on, fuck off then. Bye.
Bless.
I can hear the sounds of the North Star calling. Turn your high beams on. Stay on my way. I'm falling, and spinning and turning. This is overdrive. The beginning of great things cannot be seen by your naked eye. Crack the skies like lightning. Mama's little sonic boom. It's simply frightening. I'm a skyscraper.